member of the House Intel Committee. He was one of the questioners for the FBI and NSA directors, and he joins us this morning. Congressman, let's test the case. We heard your questioning. You were trying to get at the dossier. You were getting resistance, but the implications were obvious. You believe the president was lying about wiretapping allegations. Democrats in general believe that yesterday was an abject victory for you and a defeat for Trump. Make the case why.
Well, I mean, most of all, I think all of us, both Republicans and Democrats, want to get to the truth. We want to make sure that we answer all of these unanswered questions and root this out now so that Russia or another country doesn't interfere with our elections in 2018 or 2020. And so I did think that it was probably a bad day for President Trump. Director Comey basically confirmed that there are members of the Trump campaign who are under investigation for coordinating, and that was Director Comey's word, with the Russians who interfered with our 2016 elections. And also, as you mentioned, he stated that the Justice Department has found no evidence and the FBI has found no evidence of any kind of wiretapping or surveillance of then candidate Trump by President Obama.
And the White House pushes back this way by saying, you Democrats, you love to say words matter. How about these words? You want to get caught on wiretapping, but this is about surveillance. And those questions weren't answered yesterday. You never heard from Admiral Rogers or Director Comey that there was no kind of surveillance done by any agency in any way of Trump that was known about by or motivated by the Obama administration. And you also heard that there was no proof of any collusion between Trump's staff and Russian interference. So they see it as a wash.
Well, as to the second issue about collusion, that's what is being investigated, and this is just the beginning of that investigation. On the wiretap, both Republican and Democratic leaders of the House and Senate Intelligence Committees, as well as the FBI director, the NSA director yesterday, I believe, also commented on it, and the Justice Department have said that they have found no evidence of wiretapping or surveillance, as far as I'm concerned. But most of Chris, remember, the president, unlike any other person in the United States, has the ability to put forward any classified information that he may be holding on to that they claim nobody else can see. He can put that out there to make his case and to offer proof.
He says he didn't want to hurt the agencies. He didn't want to cause trouble for them or make their integrity be put in question, so he put it on you guys to figure it out.
I mean, that's hard to believe when you have a president who has literally berated both the CIA and the FBI multiple times, in mid-morning or at 2 in the morning on Twitter. So he's not shown much respect for the intelligence agencies or much concern for their well-being.
You think Trump was lying about the wiretapping?
Yes.
Do you think that the FBI director was telling you everything that they know about any connections between the Trump administration and Russia?
No, I think it's just the beginning of answering that question, and I'm sure that it's going to be a months-long, hopefully not years-long, but at least months-long investigation to get to the bottom of that.
Why did you spend time on the dossier yesterday? Do you believe that there's anything real there? Because it has been widely dismissed on the merits. However, it has been validated in terms of some of the sourcing.
Sure. Well, there's two things. First of all, the salacious stuff we can put aside. But that dossier also contains a timeline having to do with the release of emails, for example. So one of the things I went through yesterday was a piece of the dossier that says that the Russians basically had a bunch of Hillary Clinton's emails that they would release after September. And in October, we have a release of John Podesta's emails, and basically, if you follow that timeline, there are many coincidences there which start that up.
Do you think that this will endure as kind of a political inconvenience, one tool in the box that Democrats can use to pester Donald Trump as president? Or do you believe that anything real and substantial will come out of any of these investigations that might lead to a prosecution?
It's too early to say that for sure. It's the beginning of the investigation. And so I think most of all, what everybody should hope for, aside from the partisanship, is to get to the truth. This shouldn't be a witch hunt against anybody. Nobody should be prejudged. At the same time, as the FBI director mentioned yesterday, the committee and the FBI should be willing to go where the evidence leads.
Congressman